Hello, everybody. This is a quick overview of Project 9, which is a practice exhibition application. Many of you have already applied for shows in the past, probably the end of year student show last year or the annual student show coming up at the end of this school year. The type of information you'll be required to submit for those types of applications is usually the same, your contact information and then basic info about the artwork you're submitting, the titles, dimensions, date, and price if the piece is for sale. So I just want to familiarize you with how those look. The PowerPoint that I'm about to run through with you is here, so you can peruse that in more detail on your own time. I've also included links to, or downloads rather, of a couple different types of calls for entry, which I'll also be walking you through today as well. This is the practice application submission area. You'll click there, download the worksheet, and then when you're ready to upload your answers, click there again and upload it in the submission box, just like we did with assignments in the past. Remember, of course, that there's also a discussion board that goes with this assignment. If we switch over to the discussion area, it may take a second to load all of these. Remember that we also have your edited versions of your PowerPoints with my edits available for you to use to look at and to decide what edits you want to keep. I've done the same thing with your resumes, and I'll update and add your artist statements there as well. The exhibition application discussion board for this week is available here. So both the application and the discussion are due by 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, the 19th. All right, so let's take a look at the types of information you'll be needing to put together. This is a badly pixelated screen grab of an exhibition or a call for entries for an exhibition from the gallery 3 Square Art. This has the normal information that you usually see on these types of things, the dates of the exhibition, when the opening is, deadline for submission, type of media that is accepted, and a link to information about the juror. You want to know who the juror is, know what their background is a little bit. It helps you to decide whether it's worth it for you to enter a show or not. If you have a show that's juried by an artist, you can take a look at their work online and see if they do things that are similar to yours. They might like your work. If they work for a museum or a gallery, you can see the kind of shows that they have mounted in the past and see if your work fits in with their taste. This also has a link here for information about how to prepare your submission. We'll look at that in a second. We also see information about the awards as well as a general calendar about the exhibition in general. This is about the preparation of your images, and this is pretty vital whenever you're entering via an online, whether it's the gallery's own website or through a submission site such as Cafe, which we'll look at in a moment. You want to make sure that you're following all the format requirements. You want to make sure that you are paying attention to the size in terms of pixels and also resolution, as well as the file naming that they expect for their submissions. This is a more traditional form of prospectus or call for entries, and they do sometimes still produce these on paper, at least for local exhibitions, local galleries. You may find some like this. They also, of course, have some of the same information, the info about the juror, types of awards, your calendar, including submission date, the fee, size restrictions, and the information about submission. You notice here that they're also asking you to submit this entry form with your contact information, as well as your titles, media, and dates for your works. Most of the time, though, you guys will be doing these through an online site, either at the gallery itself or probably one that is hosted through Cafe or callforentry.org. This is probably the most commonly used one, and I would highly recommend to everybody, if you haven't done it already, go ahead and do a free artist sign up. Start building a portfolio on Cafe so that you can then choose through the material for from your portfolio for submissions to the various exhibitions. There are other sites, though, that may be of use to you for those of you who are looking to get into more fairs, art festivals, outdoor shows. You might want Zapplication. For those who are looking for an alternative to cafe, you might like the artdeadline.com. This one does have a limited amount of info for free, and more exhibitions are listed for a paid subscription. Artguide.com is a freebie. It's updated daily, and it also has an area that would allow you to post. This would be a quick one if you were trying to get together art for an exhibition of your own. Artshow.com has some interesting features, including online tutorials in a variety of different subjects, as well as calls for entry. Callforentries.com, which is different from Cafe, is notable because it has a separate section for photography calls. So those of you in photography may find this really useful. There's also a couple of sites I wanted you to be aware of that host information about contests, competitions, things for prize money. So intercompetition.com and contestwatchers.com may really be helpful for you. But most of the time, you'll probably be using Cafe or callforentry.org. This is their main landing page. Again, you can set up your own account through their login page. And then when you're in there, it's really relatively easy to filter exhibitions by a variety of different filters. In this case, I filtered looking only for exhibitions, no competitions, no festivals. In this case, just exhibitions. I set it to national with a low entry fee. I set a range of $0 to $15, a deadline of November 2023, and state of North Carolina is what I put in for the region or the location. So that pulled up this exhibition that's being hosted here, Down East Outdoor Sculpture Exhibition, a joint exhibition between Pitt County Arts Council and Emerge, as well as ECU in the city of Greenville. This is important. You can click the apply now, and then the application is hosted straight through Cafe, which is great. But the more info button also allows you to take a look at the information as posted, usually on the website of the gallery or the entity that's hosting the show. So on that info page, you can see more about Down East. It's a juried exhibition, both outdoor and indoor. I downloaded the prospectus for the indoor exhibition, and that again gives us information about the juror in more detail, what the prizes are, eligibility, drop off, pickup, all the logistic information is right there. So this is the type of thing you should get used to doing as you're going forward with your career. So that being said, that's the basic information for you. I wanted to also just familiarize you with the uh, format for the project itself. So I've got a call for entries set up for you in Word. Give me just a second to get a share screen going here. There we go. Sorry that took so long. Okay, so here is the worksheet itself for this week. This is a relatively simple and imaginary call for entries from an imaginary gallery that's local. Just note some of the important information there, the eligibility, any artist 18 or older in New Hanover County, the types of media that are accepted. Note the gallery does not have the means to show video or conceptual works that require projection. We don't have space for performances. So make sure that you're aware of what's restricted. Artwork should be original, created within the last 3 years. Gallery will retain a commission of 50% for anything that sells. Any work that is accepted has to be show ready and available to be delivered through a standard sized door. So nothing fully enormous can get into this gallery. There's no entry fee here, which is really nice. Notice that the juror is a relatively well-known, made-up person, John Famous name, who is the winner of Big Impressive Prize. This is information that would help you to know like what the person's about, what they're interested in. Also, dates, I've included these imaginary dates. We're pretending this is 2024. So, submission of artwork has to be delivered by 5 p.m. on May 1st, 2024. Accepted, or rather, that's the submissions. The accepted work has to be delivered by May 25th of 2024. Exhibition dates, etc., and requirements for your JPEGs. This is really the only part, though, guys, that you're going to fill in for me. It's your contact information, title, dimensions, medium, and sales price for 3 works. They might be real things that you have, or you could completely make these up. I just want everybody to have the opportunity to practice filling in one of these basic forms. So that's really all the information you need for project number 9, the practice exhibition application. Thanks, and I will see you here next week.